Okay, welcome to the Riverbend update. First of all, this is what's left here downstairs. We lifted part of the one side, so we have some tile. That all gets Forza stone on the back wall. So it'll be pretty easy once we get going. You have your soffit, all of our dirt's in place. The biggest kicker is here, we've gone through, we had our engineer that confirmed we could do it with 7 rams. Those 7 rams each lift 60,000 pounds at max. Actually 62,000 pounds max. So that's 420,000 pounds. We've been struggling with this for about 3 months now with our engineers. You can see all of our piers there. But what we had to do is go back in. He said dig this out, but we only had to do a wedge. Our engineer, Gary Reeder, who signed off on this 3 months ago, actually 2.5 months ago, we received all of our piering and all of our equipment, rams, etc., from the manufacturer about 2 months ago and started the process of basically lifting the foundation. Now, we lifted part of the foundation on the exterior south side, but this is the north wall on the residence, which also attaches to the garage. Now, they estimated it to be right around 400 to 500,000 pounds. My estimate is that it's over 600,000 pounds after they took out the chalk and all this. Due to the extra weight load of the additional foundation, the footer is, an average footer, just to give you an example, is 24 inches by 8 inches thick. 8 inches by 24 inches wide. So there you go. This one is 18 to 24 inches deep and up to 6 feet wide. It's a floating foundation. Some of these houses in this development, like I said, there was 53 of them that had issues. This one actually doesn't have any of the flying buttresses, but has this huge footer. So I anticipate that this is right around 600,000 or 700,000 pounds in the middle. I have a feeling the entire weight load we're lifting is over 1 million, about 1,000,001. So 1,100,000 pounds for lift. That means we cannot do it with 7 rams, which have a lift capacity of 60,000 pounds. So that gives us 420,000 pounds of lift. I'm thinking we need more like 700,000 or 800,000 pounds of lift, hence 14 rams. So we have 14 rams. To put those together, here you can see the rams are in place. We literally bent rams going up to lifting 100,000 pounds per ram versus the 62,000 which is advised, nothing over 62,000 pounds. We cranked it up from 7,500 psi to 10,000 psi, a little over 8 square inches. So, I mean, we've pushed the limits of these rams. Now, we bent a handful of them. I tracked down last week where to get more rams. Usually, you have to have them built by the Magnum Piering, which is our vendor, our manufacturer. But that would take another 2 to 4 weeks minimum. So I tracked them down, called all over the country, tracked down 10 more rams and a pump, which is about $30,000 worth of additional materials. Now we have all of this in our contingency, so we're good to go financially. It's just been a time element. Now, to put it in perspective though, you as an investor, I want you to know that the time element's good. We started this project and the fastest contractor that could get to this, and you can see here in the garage, we've literally dug down about 13 feet, almost 14 feet, to get to the footer. But you can see this footer here, right? That's 3 feet wide here. It's another 3 feet on the other side. So that footer is 6 feet wide right there. Huge. And the weight, the load is just immense, plus these walls. So hence my I've had everybody double check, triple check, quadruple check the weight loads. Everybody's signed off, still not working, so I went with my gut. I've done this so many times. This is how I specialized with the banks back in the 90s, is through foundation repair. So I stepped in. I should have stepped in maybe a little earlier, but I stepped in this last week, and I did my calculations. I'm thinking we need to load at least 610,000 pounds, which is 14 piers, 13.4, with rams at that 60,000 load. So with that, I believe we'll be well in abundance of lift capacity, and we should be well on our way to getting this lifted. So just to let you know, we've done everything we can. Now we have a grand total of 17 rams, which will be done in on-site here this week of September 12th through the 17th. And we'll get this lifted. But there again, just to let you know, I mean, this is a huge excavation. You can see down here, it's not 8 inches deep, that's 18 inches deep instead of the 8-inch standard footer. You know, some of these, they pop. And like I talked to Gary Reeder, the engineer, he said, Todd, I thought for sure it would lift it. So we've had, you know, everybody from the specialists at Magnum Piering to our engineer who's done a bunch of these lifts in this particular development, including the one across the street, 3 of them across the street. And he's just surprised. This is the biggest house, by the way, that's been lifted. It is the biggest house in the subdivision. It's one of the biggest houses around. I mean, it's a huge home. It's 5,200 plus square feet, plus the garage, almost 6,000 square feet. Plus you have these huge walls, big dig, you know, it's a walkout, high ceilings. So there you go. Do we have it figured out? You bet we do. Like I said, I went in, stepped in, did my load calculations. We're going to get these rams. So the solution is to have all the rams along the north wall. We also have rams on the exterior walls and the garage. We're going to lift them all at the same time. The reason why we didn't do this in the beginning, it's costly. Each one of those rams is about $2,000 plus your hydraulic pump, which is over $5,000 plus your lines, everything else. You're looking at another $30,000 for an extra 10 rams. So I've purchased them. They're here. They're on the way. We should have them by the 13th or 14th at the latest. We should have the project lifted in its final lift on that north wall on or before the end of this week. And then, of course, finish is real easy. Once we have the lift and we have the sign off from the engineer and the county, we'll be done. We'll be done. 2 weeks to finish. So I know it's a broken record. Thanks for hanging in there. But if we went with another contractor, just to let you know, we'd just be starting on the lift at the end of this month. So are we still ahead of schedule? You bet we are. We did it in-house. We've struggled a little bit. Would they have struggled? Probably. So I know it's not as quick as we'd hoped, but it's definitely getting done. I hope you've enjoyed this update. We'll look forward to talking to you on the next one. And just an update is we have 2 interested parties for purchase. As soon as it's done. 2 interested parties. We're going to take the highest and best offer. We're going to be out of this in 45 days. Enjoy your video, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next one.